You can ask us why we've decided to finish. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why.
And I want to thank you all for being a part of it every step of the way. Bars and Melody might be finished.
Forget the image of the two innocent teenagers who once shook the stage of Britain's Got Talent years ago. Behind the prestigious golden buzzer and the tears of happiness under the spotlight lies a grim truth that television lenses never revealed. A silent mental tragedy spanning a whole decade. As contracts worth hundreds of thousands of pounds poured in, what awaited them was not a dream, but ruthless legal battles from their very own flesh and blood, along with an identity crisis to the point of being unrecognizable. A terrifyingly edgy transformation or an unexpectedly silent dissolution. What truly broke this global musical phenomenon? Let us dissect the entirety of the dark corners right below. The United Kingdom entertainment industry in late 2013 witnessed a fateful digital encounter. 13-year-old teenager Leandre de Vries, under the stage name Bars, happened to watch the online singing videos of Charlie Lenehan, stage name Melody on the social media platform Facebook. Deeply impressed by Charlie's expressive vocals, Leandre took the initiative to send a message to introduce himself. A rapid resonance in musical mindset drove the two young talents to maintain continuous contact throughout the subsequent months. The official turning point occurred in January 2014, when the pair decided to meet in person for the first time. This meeting not only marked the birth of the name Bars and Melody, but also laid the foundation for a professional musical project. Behind the decision to form the group was a dark past of the member handling the rap parts. Before turning to music, Leandre de Vries had endured successive days of severe psychological crisis due to being a direct victim of school bullying. In that dead-end situation, music became the sole lifebuoy helping him relieve his melancholy. The idea of adapting the original song titled Hope by artists Twista and Faith Evans was conceived as a method of self-healing for him. The entire new rap section was penned by Leandre himself, authentically recounting the pain of being bullied. These highly narrative lyrics subsequently became the core of the piece, Hopeful, carrying a powerful message of resistance against bullying. On February 8, 2014, Bars and Melody officially stepped into the light at the audition of the Britain's Got Talent competition held in Manchester. The combination of sweet vocals and agonizing rap verses instantly shook the entire auditorium. Witnessing the moving performance, Judge Simon Cowell decided to press the prestigious golden buzzer and declared, "I think this act could be a big hit." This action propelled the two boys straight into the live semifinals. The group's media appeal peaked during the semifinal night. On the grand stage, the pair chose to perform the iconic song titled I'll Be Missing You with an extremely special message. This performance was prepared to commemorate a close friend in the fan community who had just passed away. The cause of this friend's death was determined to be the inability to withstand the pressure from toxic school bullying behaviors. Deep empathy from the public helped Bars and Melody advance straight into the grand final. At the conclusion of that year's season, the group excellently secured third place overall, leaving a profound mark as a global pop music phenomenon. Stepping out of the competition, the commercial value of the two young talents was immediately sought after by industry giants. Media mogul Simon Cowell swiftly proposed a highly lucrative long-term exclusive recording contract for the group. The commercial contract, signed with the renowned label Psycho Music, held a value of up to £500,000. This massive investment affirmed the absolute faith of industry experts in the development potential of the two young artists. The first commercial success arrived when the single Hopeful was officially released and immediately entered the top 5 of the UK music charts. Following up on this success, their debut album titled 143 also excellently finished in 4th place. The explosion in sales and the soaring fan base turned the two boys into teen millionaires. Looking back at this period, Leandre once shared, "Music truly saved my life from the darkest days." As the first British pounds flooded in and fame blanketed the media, the two children under 18 years old believed they had reached their dream. But they did not know that the most terrifying darkness did not come from school bullies, but from their very own home. The tragedy behind the stage. In March 2016, the United Kingdom media was shaken by the news that Mr. Antonio De Vries, the biological father of the young rap singer, officially filed a lawsuit against the group's management company. This civil lawsuit directly targeted the contract terms and commercial exploitation activities of the executive board, initiating a long and tense series of legal disputes. The core reason presented by Mr. Antonio in the legal document was directly related to the intellectual property rights of the title song that made the two teenagers famous. The father publicly claimed that he himself was the true author, the one who penned the composition of the entire song Hopeful based on the events and ups and downs of his own life. The conflict did not stop at copyright disputes, but rapidly escalated into a major media scandal as the father made serious allegations regarding child labor abuse. Mr. Antonio publicly declared to the media that the management was exploiting the labor and forcing the two underage artists to overwork to maximize economic profits. In a shocking interview, the father asserted, "The management has left the two children exploited and overworked," while criticizing the company's lack of a humane operational process. Event records documented further arguments from the father's side, according to which he claimed that immediately after fame struck, Leandre was isolated by the management and completely separated from his influence. The young singer was subsequently arranged to live completely with his biological mother, leaving Mr. Antonio sidelined from all orientation activities and strategic decisions in his son's career. The climax of the series of tragedies occurred when the father decided to carry out an extreme action to regain control of the musical group's online media system. Exploiting old ownership and administration rights that had not been liquidated, Mr. Antonio proceeded to breach and successfully seize all official social media accounts of Bars and Melody. On the seized platforms, he continuously posted the musical products of Joey De Vries, another son of his and a former member of the group Overload, along with many other exclusive artists. This unilateral action created a wave of profound chaos within the global fan community, directly and severely diminishing the brand reputation that the two teenagers had built. Facing that situation, the legal representation team, along with the two members of Bars and Melody themselves, were forced to issue an official response statement to protect the management company before the public. Both teenagers affirmed that they were completely happy with their current working environment, while rejecting all allegations of labor exploitation that the father had brought before the court. Leandra expressed deep disappointment when sharing, "I don't want my life or career to be controlled by selfish disputes from the past." This was seen as a public rift. Although the financial and copyright disputes were resolved amicably in terms of the law, the biological relationship between Leandre and his father officially broke down completely after the event. Overcoming the family storms, Bars and Melody tried to stand firm on their own feet. Even so, the harsh entertainment world does not allow children to remain innocent forever, and a controversial transformation began to take shape: the fierce survival race. The 2017 period marked a stormy transition in the operational model of Bars and Melody. Following a series of legal disputes and deep disagreements over artistic direction, the group officially terminated their contract with Simon Cowell's renowned record label, Psycho Music. Severing ties with the entertainment giant forced the two young artists to find their own path to survival in a fierce market. They decided to establish an independent company named Bars and Melody Limited to self-manage all commercial activities. This independence inadvertently pushed the group into a risky image change trajectory, fulfilling the previous warnings from their father, Antonio. The public began to witness a rift in the image of the once innocent anti-school bullying ambassadors. The musical group gradually abandoned their pure style to pursue a trend that Mr. Antonio once called an edgy strategy. They began to shift strongly toward hip-hop, combined with commercial pop trap, completely altering their attire and performance style. This sudden transformation quickly met with a wave of fierce criticism from critics and loyal fans. Many analytical articles judged that Bars and Melody were losing their core humanistic identity the very thing that had once helped them reach millions of audience members. In spite of the negative reactions, the group asserted their new ego through the release of a studio album titled Generation Z. This was seen as the independence declaration of the two young artists before the pressures surrounding them from mainstream media. The songs in the album no longer carried a message of hope but were filled with dark narrative nuances and bitterness. The lyrics directly reflected the psychological trauma of having to confront public prejudice and indifference from radio stations. The musical resistance direction was clearly demonstrated through the explosive single titled Love to See Me Fail, released in 2019. This work was a direct challenge sent to the forces that always sought to witness their failure in the entertainment industry. In a brief statement about the message of this product, member Leandre de Vries bluntly asserted, "They want to see us fall, but this music is the most steel-like answer to all the doubts out there." Noticing that their influence in the domestic market showed signs of decline, the management decided to seek a media lifebuoy. In 2019, the pair officially returned to where their career began by participating in the special edition Britain's Got Talent: The Champions. Their appearance as matured artists attracted great attention from the judging panel and the public. Nevertheless, instead of moving empathy, the group's performance now carried a purely technical and commercial showmanship nature. Although they excellently won a ticket straight into the grand final of the competition, the media effect created did not achieve initial expectations. The general audience appeared unfamiliar with the new style, causing the group's status to be unable to explode as before. Efforts to seek the spotlight continued to extend into early 2020, when the group accepted the challenge at the international arena America's Got Talent: The Champions. This was considered the final gamble to salvage an edgy musical direction that was being shaken before the global market. The faint reception from the American audience at this arena proved a grim truth for the pair. The glory from the golden buzzer of yesteryears was completely insufficient to shoulder a new artistic direction that lacked a connecting thread with the public. Sharing about this period of crisis and fierce survival race, Charlie Lenihan once confided, "We had to fight frantically to prove we were not a temporary phenomenon, but the pressure from the past was too great." Stepping into the new decade, the once 13-year-old boys were now young men in their early 20s. When there was no longer the protection of the entertainment giants, they had to face a more serious crisis, the crisis named adulthood. A desperate transformation. Entering the year 2020, Bars and Melody faced a profoundly deep wave of identity crisis as they entered adulthood. The group decided to sign a commercial partnership with a major record label, Universal Music GmbH, to release a landmark musical project. The studio album titled Sad Boy officially debuted to the public during this period, opening a dark new chapter in their career. The entire record was a raw exposure of the psychological hidden corners after years of enduring pressure from international stardom. Prominent musical works in the album, such as Invisible and Ain't Got You, quickly became the focal point of critical analysis. The lyrics no longer harbored shallow rebellion, instead, featuring authentic experiences of extreme loneliness. Media reports noted that the song Invisible authentically reflected the severe depression that the two young artists had long suffered from. The heavy pressure of premature fame stripped away a peaceful childhood, leaving deep mental scars. Meanwhile, the work Ain't Got You directly exposed the emptiness and the feeling of isolation amidst an entertainment world rife with hypocrisy. The melancholy pop-trap melodies became the sole tool for the two young men to relieve their persistent psychological deadlocks. Sharing about this period of crisis, member Leandre de Vries once bluntly admitted, "We have lived in hypocrisy for too long, and this album is the truest cry of souls deeply wounded from our youth." The profound change in musical content simultaneously brought about a complete transformation in the external appearance of the two artists. The general audience could not help but be astounded by an edgy new image completely shedding their previous pure past. Member Charlie Lenihan heavily shocked the public when appearing with a dense network of tattoos covering his entire neck chest and both arms. This was seen as the singer's way of asserting supreme control over his own life. No less distinct, Leandre de Vries also decided to abandon his familiar spiked hair from his teenage years to transition to growing long dreadlocks. Both members actively participated in a strict bodybuilding regimen to possess a heavily muscular physique. Their appearance with a brawny physique and a gritty street style sparked fierce debates on social media forums. Many news agencies judge this to be a desperate effort to completely wipe out the image of the two boys from yesteryears. The timeline shifted to 2022 when the burdens of real life began to weigh heavily on the shoulders of the members. A major turning point occurred when singer Charlie Lenehan officially became a father at the precarious age of 23. Welcoming a new member into the small family brought economic pressures and heavy responsibilities for the young singer. The role of being a father required him to reset his entire catalog of core priorities in his daily personal life. Maintaining multi-day international tours no longer brought optimal economic efficiency for them. The burden of real life forced Charlie to seek more stable sources of income back home. This landmark change in living circumstances inadvertently created an invisible but profoundly deep distance between the two friends. While Charlie was busy with his small family, Leandre still yearned to continue dedicating himself and committing fully to the musical path. Divergent life directions and no longer unified career mindsets began to widen the gap between Bars and Melody from late 2022. Internal discussions regarding the future of the musical group gradually fell into a state of complete deadlock due to a loss of common ground. 10 years is a journey long enough to turn strangers into soulmates into blood brothers. But 10 years is also the time when creative energies and invisible pressures reach their ultimate limit of endurance. A tearful farewell. In early July 2024, a short video appeared on social media with a caption announcing a final tour to close an era. In the video footage, member Charlie Lenehan appeared directly in front of the camera lens with a pensive expression to share the decision to stop. He bluntly admitted that he could not provide any specific reason for this rift. The singer shared directly before fans, "I can't explain exactly why I don't think there is a specific reason. It just feels like it's time to move on." This statement confirmed that the musical group officially stopped operating. Subsequent news reports analyzed that the pressure of balancing family life and career made it impossible for Charlie to maintain his enthusiasm. Stepping into an independent new chapter was seen as an obligatory solution for the singer in adulthood. In contrast to his teammates' calmness, member Leandre de Vries could not contain his emotions right on the live broadcast. The rap singer continuously choked up and sobbed uncontrollably when mentioning their 10-year bond. Leandre affirmed that the brotherhood between the two of them was the most sacred asset transcending all pure commercial values. The journey of accompanying each other from wounded children created an unbreakable bond. The young artist choked up as he admitted, "No matter how things are, this project saved and completely changed both of our lives from the ruins." This direct quote exposed deep gratitude for the past glory. The decision to stop was made when both clearly realized that their musical legacy needed to be preserved in the most honorable position. Instead of letting the brand fade away over time, they chose to end it while the audience's affection remained fully intact. A series of farewell events was realized through a large-scale international tour stretching from late 2024 to early 2025. The musical group went through a series of major stages in the United Kingdom European countries and the Japanese market. The final stop of the legacy journey was set in the country of Poland, which possesses one of the most loyal fan communities. This was also a rare international market to certify platinum discs for the group's musical products. On March 14, 2025 at the Voodoo Club, located in the capital city of Warsaw, Poland, the final concert in the career of Bars and Melody officially took place. The auditorium space was enveloped in a somber and tearful atmosphere. On the fateful stage, the two artists burned their brightest for the last time through the professional performance prowess accumulated over 10 years. The melody of the iconic song of yesteryears resounded once more as a farewell message to the entire public. The 10-year journey of Bars and Melody is a clear testament to the cruelty behind the spotlight of child stars. From children carrying a message of healing, they had to trade away their entire childhood and their own peace. Is the decision to stop in 2025 the best way out for both artists after a series of events? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section regarding this deeply tragic and regretful story. If you find this documentary report useful, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the next videos analyzing the hidden corners of entertainment. Goodbye and see you again.